Good morning, everybody, and welcome to October 2024 market update. It's myself, Ron Cole, and my colleague Roberto Argenio here in our Victoria Street office. Rob, straight to it today. It's been a busy October to date. Buyer numbers looking so far this year. We are quite ahead of the curve at the same time last year. What are you seeing? What are you hearing? What's the office saying about the buyer numbers so far?
Yeah, definitely up, Ron, this year on this time last year, and I think there's quite a lovely mixture of activity. Lots of local activity, house to sell that we're seeing coming through. But I think the most significant increase this year has been the return of first-time buyers with the
Mm.
stability of the housing market. So we are seeing activity right the way across the price ranges, but in particular note, first-time buyer territory seems to have improved quite remarkably over the last few months.
Great news, really, for everybody.
Mm.
I guess that's kind of somewhat made its way through the market because this time last year, we were doing lots of valuations. This year, October 24, we are actually 18% up month to date on valuation numbers, which might not seem like a huge number to somebody looking from the outside in, but as far as this office goes, it's pretty decent. Has it run you ragged, Rob?
The leather on the soles of my shoes has worn down a little bit over these last few weeks. I must admit, it's particularly busy. There's been a real good, significant uplift in valuation requests coming through, and a lovely mixture of properties. You know, the sort of middle to upper end markets seem to be coming back to life, and yeah, we are out seeing some beautiful homes at the moment. But been very busy as I like it.
Great stuff. And the statistics, be it nationwide, Halifax, RICS, local numbers, Rightmove, Zoopla, and all of the others, are saying that property prices are on the up in our area. So, looking at our own office, which is sometimes the best way to look inwardly, we're about 3%, 3.5% up asking prices or numbers achieved against asking prices year to date. Something that you are seeing or talking about when you're out and about?
Yeah, absolutely. We're being very optimistic with pricing. I think we've had a fairly solid year, and obviously we do have the budget lurking today, which I'm sure will concern some, but not most. But I think it's more business as usual. And in actual fact, if we look at some of the sales that we've put together this year for our clients, particularly this last quarter, we've seen the return of over asking price offers, not just a rarity now, but becoming more and more increasingly common. So clearly prices are moving, and there is still a very strong appetite in St Albans to move on and purchase.
Yeah, I agree with you, Robert. It does seem to be, a very buoyant time. Um, Also, Rob, just a note that I've seen sort of spread across media a little bit in the office. We've felt it a little bit. Is just that actual housing stock is up this year in comparison to last year. It felt very short, sparse on the ground. Numbers are suggesting anything up to sort of 7% higher. To get your thoughts.
There are clearly more houses coming to market. I think the demand really still remains quite high, and you know, you've got your usual sweet spots. You know, character properties close to the city centre and train stations are incredibly popular. We recently agreed to sell on Liverpool Road, which we had the opportunity to try to sell about this time last year with significantly different results. Having
Yeah.
unfortunately unexpectedly withdrawn from the sale and put it back on the market, the demand was significantly higher this time round, and I think we're seeing that across lots of different pockets. You know, the train station, city centre, and good quality schooling, they remain massive drivers in the housing market. And I think we are seeing an uplift in activity with new listings coming through, with people with an appetite clearly to move on and do something. So
Yeah, I think
busy
there's
time.
always, yeah, I think there's always different drivers. For instance, where we're not far off the budget. I think quite a few of our landlord clients have looked at potentially stop being landlords. Looking at certain taxation issues, which can drive additional stock to market across different markets or different levels of the market. But I think what we continue to see is strong demand for the right house at the right price on the right road near the right school. It's just going to sell. Is that what you feel? So?
Absolutely, and it never changes. You know, you get a decent property in a decent area. There are always buyers for it, and I think, you know, where we can show and demonstrate evidence for house prices within the local area and success stories, and I think sellers have the confidence to get their homes on the market, knowing that that the process will work and there will be a buyer at the end of the process.
Yeah. Well, Rob, I look forward. Look forward. See what happens in the budget.
Yeah.
So I think we're looking at a very, very busy last couple of months of the year. We've started to work on our probably launch. Updates incoming. I think we'll probably do an update in the next week or so, just to kind of give a flavour and idea of what's going on. But thank you very, very much indeed. Look forward to chatting to you further in November. Goodness me, it's almost that time of year again when that man comes down your chimney. So
Certainly is.
yeah. So lovely stuff. Thank you very much indeed, Rob.
All right. Great to see you. Thank you. Bye bye.